Hey, love bugs, what's up? I hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can get that ding whenever I upload a new video. So today we are going to be talking about Monique saying F her son, which I don't agree with. I don't like it that one bit. We're going to be talking about Beyonce stealing from people, taking their royalties, taking their publishing, taking everything. The masters, making people sign their lives away, NDAs and all types of stuff. We're going to be talking about Chrisean Rock being sued. Amen, amen. Holla back for that. And we're going to be talking about Chris Brown. We're also going to be talking about Kelly Rowland, which I did not put in the title. And I'm going to have to update the thumbnail and redo the title after we're done. But we're going to get into it. So, who is up in here? Waiting for a few of y'all to join me. Come on over. Come on over, love bugs. Come on over, baby. What's going on? Oh, my allergies is crazy. I got to excuse me, like, sounding crazy. Hey, Denitria. Hey, Real Talk, Mr. Prince. What's going on? I'm waiting for a few more of y'all to join me so we can get this party started. Okay. Make sure y'all hitting the like button on the way into my house. Y'all already know how we do it over here. Hey, Kayla. What's going on? Kayla said Monique is a typical Black parent. No accountability, but will want the kids to wipe her behind when she can't no more. That part. Hey, Lachey T. Thank you, baby. Yes. Thank you. Where y'all at? Let me know if you're in the building. And make sure you pay the entry fee. Y'all already know what it is. It's free $99 to hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button and make sure you subscribe and make sure your notification bells are clicked. Why is it not uploading? That part. What's up, Indica baby? Yes, thank you. I pay as soon as I click, period. All right, we just about to get started and everybody else trickle in. I don't know what Instagram. I don't know what YouTube has been doing with my notifications, but a lot of y'all be like, oh, I didn't get notified. That's why I always be hooting and hollering for y'all to hit the like button, okay? So we can get up in this algorithm and there, all right? So we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started with Chrisean Rock. My allergies is really kicking me from the rooter to the tutor. Okay. We gonna head on over to these Instagram streets. All right. Shouts out to It's On Site Fair Use. Chrisean Rock reportedly sued by James Wright for assault at concert. The incident allegedly occurred in November 2023 at a concert headlined by Tamar Braxton. Y'all remember that buffoonery that we saw where she looked a mess, was on stage with Tamar Braxton while she was singing Love and War, and Chrisean had the nerve to be like, whoa, 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 like she was Martin or like she was on Living Color. And I just don't understand why she would get up there and do that. And didn't even understand. She don't understand, you know, girl, time and place. Tried to hold Toni Braxton's hand, and Toni Braxton looked like she saw a fungus or something, that a creature or critter. Didn't want nothing to do with her. Is she going to jail? I don't know. I feel like that would probably serve her good. However, unfortunately, this is just a civil suit, meaning that she's going to have to come up off those coins. Chrisean swears she's richer than everybody else, and she keep calling us broke. So maybe it won't put a dent in her pocket. But I don't know how much the money is rolling in because she done fell out with the Zeus Network. She done fell out with the Zeus Network. The Clyde to her Bonnie. The ratchet to her tree, her ratchet tree. He's in the penitentiary. So she can't go and start a domestic dispute with Blueface to get herself in the headlines and to get the views up on the live. She can't go and knock him upside the head. He not dragging her and beating her friends in her ass. It's not happening. So I don't know how she's going to make her money. She moved back into his house because I don't think that she was able to afford to pay her own overhead. And Blueface ain't slick. You know that gel talk they be calling you like, baby, you know I love you. You my everything. It's just you against the world. They will talk to you for hours and hours and hours because they ain't got no life. They don't have nothing going on outside of the pen. They have no access. They be having you on a three-way call with their homeboys. Blueface is giving her that heavy gel talk. She keeping that commissary stacks. Okay? When he come out, he gonna drag her and dog walk her and have her scrub the ground again in the pits of hell. We just gotta wait for it. So this is what she came out and tweeted. This big back bitch nigga think he finna get a cent out of me, bitch. You know you just wasted your money on that damn lawyer, right? Can somebody come and give this girl a piece of humble pie? Because she needs it. And I don't even like the term humble because I don't feel like anybody needs to lower themselves or their standards or think lowly of themselves and placing anybody else on the pedestal. Please don't turn that up, please. Okay. So I personally think that she needs to get drugged through the court system. Somebody needs to press charges on her. Somebody needs to drain her bank account. And she swears she's above and beyond reproach. And this is because her and Blueface has been running amok, wreaking havoc on a community with no consequence. They beat each other down in the street. He powing at people, getting off. They got some good lawyers. And I told y'all they did some rituals out there in Hollywood. She wrote her name in blood on the wall. They done did some rituals. They done signed them papers. They done did them rituals. They dropped the blood. They drank the golden juice. They did whatever it is that they needed to do to stay in the good graces of the powers that be, because it ain't no way that anybody else could run out here and get away with all of this stuff, this havoc that they've been wreaking. So, what is going on? Did you mute the TV?
No, I'm sorry. I wanted to know how I could find you right now in the live.
Oh, what? It's that one. Give me a second, y'all.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry, y'all. I'm at my mama and them house, and I just can't. You know, this is how it go. They talk and they playing the stuff in the background. Anyway, at least the dog ain't barking this time. Lord Jesus, it's a fire. So, like I said, I really do feel like Chrisean needs some humble pie. Lock her up and throw away the key and take the baby and give the baby to Carlissa. People were saying lock the baby up too. I don't agree with that. The baby didn't do anything. He don't deserve to be locked up. They said he was Charles Barkley's son. I don't understand how she allowed Blueface to disrespect her, her baby, and everybody in between time, in the meantime, and still have the nerve to be saying that's her man. And she letting her hair and her underarms and then her cootie cat grow out because he said, oh, you better not be with nobody. This girl is dumb as a bag of bricks. Crazy as a bag of rocks. I just don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's looking like that because I had to. That's when I muted it to talk to you. That's why you don't see me. So, what y'all think? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all feel like James is gonna be successful. 1, yes, he gonna get a bag. 2, no, she gonna get off again. What y'all thinking? Is everybody up in here paying the entry fee to my house? First of all, now we can do a proper roll call because y'all up in here. Hey, Kayla. Hey, Tweety. Hey, Alex. Zanita. Queen. Lachey. Real talk, Mr. Prince. Where y'all at? She'll never learn. I don't know if she'll ever learn either, but that's why she needs consequence. Enlightening, what's going on? She needs to face some type of consequence for what it is that she is doing. She's running out here. Ratchet is all outdoors. They call her toothless and ruthless. And you know what? I have to second that because she really is. They said they even need to sue her for her tooth that she be putting in and taking out. He needs to take everything. They need to take everything from this girl. Seriously. Hey, Desi, what's up? Yes. Don't make me. Okay, so I think that she needs to get everything that she deserves, and that's coming to her because she's been running around crazy and rampant for way too long, and I'm just not here for it. We are all tired of Chrisean Rock. I used to give her grace. I used to say, oh, she young. Oh, she don't know. At one point, everybody was blaming Blueface. Now we see that it's her. It's this girl. She colorist. She ratchet. They say she got crusty drawers. It's just terrible out here. So lock her up, even though she might not get locked up. But she gonna do something else that's gonna get her locked up. Throw away the key and take the baby and give the baby to one of the grandmothers, please. No, well, not her mother, because her mother, I don't think I'm gonna stable. I ain't want to talk about nobody's mama, allegedly. But at least Carlissa, she crazy as all I do is, but she seemed like she will at least change the baby diapers and hold his head up and not have him doing the Matrix and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you, Enlightening. Thank you. Yeah, Toothless and Rufus took me out. I didn't come up with that. I seen that on the Instagram streets. You know, I give credit where credit is due. I don't know who started it, but they all say Toothless and Rufus, and I have to agree.
You are so beautiful.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. All right, so now, oh, excuse me, y'all. My allergies is like not doing me well. Let's get into Chris Brown. So Chris Brown was supposed to perform. He was supposed to play in an NBA, like the celebrity basketball game, the one that Casanat, the little 5'2" streamer was in, and they didn't even pass him the ball. He looked so sad, like he was like a little kid trying to play with his big brothers. Yeah, that game that just passed, Chris Brown said that he was booked to play for it, but the brand Ridges, the potato chip brand, said, because since they were sponsoring the game, that they didn't want him to be a part of it. So Chris Brown came out and was like, yo, like, he said, I was asked by the NBA to play at the All-Star game this year, only for them to call later and say they couldn't do it because of their sponsors. Ruffles. I said Ridges. Ruffles. They look like Ridges. At this point, I'm sick of people bothering me, and I'm tired of living in the effing past. I posted the email so y'all could see the NBA still was trying to get me to come and sit courtside, not effing happening. So they still wanted to utilize the star power, but they didn't want to let him play in the game because one of their sponsors allegedly said that they wasn't for it because, you know, he was formerly known as Chris Beat 'em Down Brown. So that was from, you know, him pouncing on Rihanna, our good sis Rihanna. And a woman came out, Tamika Mallory, you know, one of us, one of the melanin rich warriors came out and said, on this issue, brands have every right to choose who they do or don't want to work with in situations surrounding domestic violence, DV, and etc. I have questions for our community, especially our women. Does there come a point when a younger person who did something wrong gets to move forward, or do we hold them to their actions forever? Does it matter that Rihanna, the victim, moved on? Should we pick up the ball and run with it? Is there something Chris Brown should be doing or should have done to earn back the respect of the people? How should we talk to our young people about redemption or the absence of such? These are not rhetorical questions. I really want to get a sense of how people genuinely feel. And let me say up front, I don't follow Chris Brown news, so I don't know all the details. My intention is to provoke a conversation that's bigger than one person. So look at Mallory. Y'all see what she looks like? She's beautiful, brown, chocolatey in all her glory. Ma'am, Chris Brown wouldn't let you in his motherfucking section. Chris Brown don't like you. See, it be the women out here that, oh, pick me, choose me. Let me advocate. Let me put on the cape. Let me put it on. They don't like us. Where is the Karuchi trans, the half Asian, the Blasian, the half, my mom say half a chicken, pork fried rice? Where they at? Because they not choosing us. If something was happening with you, Tamika Mallory, Chris Brown is not coming to your defense. If you was on fire, he probably wouldn't even pee on you. Like, let's just keep it real. You can't even get him some spit to put you out of your misery. They not giving it up for us. Where is the Vakishas? Where is the women? Where are all of his half a baby mamas? Everybody is Asian. They from the Asian diaspora. Where are they? Why are we constantly coming to the defense of these men that don't like us? He barely put us in the videos. He only started because people was chewing him out, dragging him from the river to the. He don't like you. We always up here caping and capping, putting the heavy cloak on for these guys that don't like us. They not choosing us. Do we ever come to the defense of any women? No. Is Chris Brown giving a damn about anything going on with us? Absolutely not. He would not let me in the section. We just got to stop. We have to stop. And at the end of the day, Chris Brown's only offense was not putting hands and feet and shoes and boots on Rihanna. He also pushed Karrueche. She ain't nothing but 110 pounds wet. He pushed her down the stairs, kicked her in the ribs, terrorized that girl. She had to get a restraining order. He had all of these other allegations because his money long. He ain't run out of cash yet like R. Kelly and them. His money's still long. He's able to pay these people off to tell them to say, hey, this did not happen, or retract their statements. This man has had a problematic past for over a decade. So can we please stop pretending like Rihanna was his only victim? I'm going to need y'all to stop, please. And he don't like you. He don't like you, melanin rich woman, black woman. He don't like us. He is not for us. Let the women that he's screwing and having kids with and leaving his lineage to, and whoever going to get some of his estate, let them put on the cap and the cape for this man. I'm so over us. Oh, I just want to, when do we redemption? What? Redeem what? Enough is enough. Hang it up, delicious. Anyways, moving on. He don't care. We really be sitting up here, oh, because forgive him. Rihanna forgave him. Rihanna was digmatized. What y'all, let's not act like if you're not in love with a man, that you don't forgive him, you be dumb, deaf, blind, and mute. You can't see nothing. You're hazy. You're out of your mind. You're whacked out of your brain. You don't know what's going on. You got the seminal fluid running up and down your spine, sis. You are not in your right state of mind. It's a state of delirium and delusion when you are hypnotizing in love with somebody. Could we just please keep it real? She went back and she forgave him because she was still in love with him. That does not absolve him of the fact that he was beating her down to the ground. And we don't know how many domestic disputes they got into. We just don't know. We don't know. Everybody want to say, oh, she was beating his ass first. We don't know. None of us was in the car. And whether or not, I'm not saying that DV is okay. If a woman is doing it, if a man is doing it, it's not okay, point blank, period. However, a man knows his strength. He knows that he can overpower a woman. The way Rihanna's face was battered and bruised was completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. And he did, try to like right his wrongs, but then he went on to terrorize and beat Karrueche ass. So what, like, come on. That girl was scared and afraid. Every time she seen Chris Brown coming, she tried to run. He pushed his way into one of her cars that time, bullying her security. He is a terror. He was terrorizing people. Remember when he went to do a daytime talk show? He threw a chair through the window, broke glass. He had to do community service. That Rihanna was not his only incident. That's the only one everybody just chooses to acknowledge because Rihanna is like Rihanna. She's top notch A-list. But that was not his only offense. Like, please keep it real. Stop lying to yourselves and stop putting on a heavy for these people that don't like you. These men don't want you, sis. They just want your coin. They want you to, for the concert ticket. Like, that's it. It's not giving nothing else. He barely will say hi. I'm sorry. He just don't give that. Stop going hard for these men that don't value you. They don't see the value in you. They don't want nothing to do with you. They would never choose you. Then Akbar with her weird non-dancing ass came out and made a statement like, girl, shut up. You always trying to insert yourself in stuff that don't got nothing to do with you. He will never look your way. He will never give you a feature. I don't know what's going on. But everybody needs to keep it a little bit more real with themselves. Speaking of people needing to shut up, Bethany Frankel with her skeletal looking ass came on my stop. Came out and started talking about Kelly Rowland. So it was reported that Kelly Rowland was supposed to be a co-host with Huda on the Today Show, right? So this is all alleged. We don't really know because Kelly never came out and actually said anything. She never came out and said, this is what's happening. You know, we don't really know. All of this is speculation, allegation, and what we heard through the grapevine. So shout out to the neighborhood talk fair use. Oh, Kelly Rowland allegedly walked up the Today Show due to her dressing room being too small after she already agreed to guest host. Room she wanted was reportedly occupied by Jennifer Lopez, right? And some people feel like, oh, you know, Kelly, who is Kelly? Kelly is a multi-platinum recording Grammy award-winning artist. She is a part of a famed group called Destiny's Child, and she had her own career. Rightfully so. She was bigger overseas than she was in the States, but in the 2010s, Kelly was doing her thing. She had some hit singles out. Like, y'all, you cannot deny Kelly. We're not about to sit up here and try to diminish her star and act like she ain't that girl, because she absolutely is. And if I'm co-hosting a show and you're going to give J-Lo from her nod singing ass, you're going to give J-Lo a bigger room than me, and I'm supposed to sit here with you through the whole show, and she just making a guest appearance? Absolutely unacceptable. And J-Lo is a white Latina, and Kelly Rowland is a beautiful mocha complected woman. So this also kind of like, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth, because it just reminds me that, you know, like, oh, you just not good enough, or we're going to put this woman above you. And some people feel like J-Lo is the biggest star. I don't care. I don't care. We can all beg to differ. Yes, J-Lo may have had more commercial success, but we all know that colorism has played a large part in why Kelly Rowland is not as big as she should be. We just got to keep it real. She's beautiful. She's talented. We all about to watch that movie. Everybody up in here better support and watch that movie that she did. That's coming out on Netflix this Friday, just so the numbers could go up. Even if you watch the first 30 minutes, it counts, bitch. I don't care. You ain't got to like it. Just support, okay? So then Bethany Skeletor came out and said this. She denied her clear white ass business.
Rowland walked off the set of the Today Show because the dressing room wasn't up to par. She was co-hosting with Hoda, and it wasn't it. I've co-hosted with Hoda, and I've arrived there, and the makeup area that you touch up in is often a drop cloth, like a black drop cloth. And then your dressing room is the size of a closet, and you're trying to fit all your people in the clown car. And you know what? You're so excited. You're so gracious. You're co-hosting on the Today Show, an institution in entertainment, a news organization that is not about fancy dressing rooms. The makeup area is completely communal. The food is like, grab a croissant and some plastic and pray for the best. And it's just not what that's about. And it's an honor to be there and to sit down with Hoda. And that was not the moment for diva expectations.
See, I don't like that, because first of all, nobody asked you, clear woman. You're sitting up here telling us, this is what Taraji was crying all over the press tour for The Color Purple about. This is what Monique, even though Monique ain't, we got some stuff to say about her later. But this is also what she was talking about. Why should we continuously accept less than what we deserve? Kelly Rowland has been in the entertainment industry for nearly over 2 decades. Why should she lower her standards and not and just accept anything and just be happy to be there? Bethany, you is a 2-bit hoe from the Real Housewives of New York. I don't care how much money you got. I'm top. These people, these clear women, come up in certain and issues that don't concern them. Stay in your 102-pound lane. I don't give a damn if Kelly didn't come out and we haven't heard anything from Kelly since 1996. If she feel like she deserves a big dressing room, then she deserves a big dressing room. I don't have my sage, so I can't even shame Bethany with my sage, but we gonna shame her with some shame. Mind your business. Okay? You don't go here, sis. You don't go here. This ain't your lane. This ain't your class. This ain't your school. You don't go here. All right? Now, is y'all hitting the like button? Because don't play with me. I don't have time for this. Is y'all hitting the like button? Hit the like button, and everybody up in here, y'all need to cash out me $10 because we hit 10K each. I don't have any of my goddamn mods up in here. They're gonna be like, we didn't get the notification. Let me put my cash app. Support the channel. Period. Let me see if I can. I can't do it from here. That's so annoying. Hey, Media New Post. I don't understand why it's not loading that I'm like, I can't even see that I'm live. Wait, let's see. Let me go to my channel. Okay, I see it now. How's everybody doing tonight? Woo! Yes, Lexi, thank you. Congrats to me on the 10K. Congrats to us. I told y'all that I wanted to get here by the new year, and we're here. So now we're on the road to 20K. So continue to show support for the channel. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. Shouts out to DH for sending that $10 for that 10K, and everybody else. I appreciate you so much. Super chats, cash apps, all of that good stuff is welcome. $10 for 10K. We're gonna keep rocking that 10K out into the month, okay? And just continue to enjoy the show. So now we're about to get into Monique with her trifling name. We just got to call it. Look, I respect my elders. We all put the cape on for Monique when she was talking about Oprah Winfrey, because she cannot keep Oprah Winfrey out of her mouth. She is obsessed with Oprah Winfrey. There's an obsession there. Excuse me. So you all know that her son Shalon, her eldest son, that she disowned because her daddy told her that she could not talk to his nephew any longer, disowned him. So would her grandbaby be considered her daddy's great niece since her son is his nephew? Or do the granddaughter call her daddy granddaddy? I'm so confused. I am utterly confused. Oh wait, before we get into that, we gonna come back right quick, because I see this post with Carlissa talking about Chrisean, and I want to see what she got to say, because who gonna take the baby? They said that he looked like Charles Barkley. Who gonna take the baby if something happened? Let's just watch this right quick. Carlissa hopes Chrisean doesn't get locked up for allegedly assaulting James Wright. I hope she can get to raise her baby and take care of him for the rest of her life, especially after what she done did to him. Oh, y'all know they saying allegedly the baby has alcohol fetal syndrome. They saying that he has cry to chat syndrome. They saying all of these things about her baby, and it's very sad. It's because he does have a cat cry. He sounds like a little meow cat. And they saying that his features look like what people have researched. You know, we all think we Google doctors these days. So I'm not here like saying that a baby has one thing or the other. People just making the observations. We don't know if Chrisean actually went and got him checked out for anything, because we just don't know what she got going on over there. All we know is that she cares about Blue. She tattooing his name on her face, his face on her face. I keep saying name. She done graduated from names. And she just out here loving that man and making him her God.
Well, I hope she don't get locked up. I hope she gets to raise her baby and take care of him for the rest of his life, especially after what she done did to him. So she needs to be available to take care of herself. That's her responsibility. She did that to him and her. That's her problem. And hopefully they all just get their tubes tied, because I really don't think none of them should be nobody's mama no more. Everybody go get your tubes tied. Y'all is not worthy to be nobody mama. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion. Girl, I spend all my time in their business, girl. Every single one of them, even them grandkids, I be in all their business, honey. I'm like Kris Jenner times 3, okay? I'm sorry if y'all mama not in y'all business. Because the only time your mama should be not in your business is when you reach that $1 billion status. Then your mama shouldn't be in your business no more. Well, I hope she don't get...
Get these likes up. We need to have at least 55 more likes. Everybody up in here right now, hit the like button. Hit the like button, bitch. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, bitch. Hit the like button. Pay my entry fee. Pay my entry fee. Pay my entry fee. You hit the like button right now. All right, it's going up a little bit, but it needs to go up more, because this y'all got me fucked up. Why I only got this many likes and all of y'all is up in here watching? Hit the like button. Everybody up in here, Now we got to do a like intermission because y'all just like to play with me. I don't know why. Yes, hit the like button. Pay the entry fee is free $99. But I also want $10 for me hitting the 10K milestone. So that part too. Everybody up in here, hit the like button, bitch. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, bitch. Hit the like button. Pay my entry fee. Oh, hey, you, I'm talking to you. Hey, Norris. What's up, Lachey? Yes, pay the entry fee. Pay the entry fee. It's free $99 to hit the like button. What y'all said? She hinted at the rest of his life and then there's possibility. There's probably a disability there. Yep. That part, Kimmy. I agree. So sure was. She was drinking during her. She was drinking. I remember she was on live with Glorilla. She was rolling up a joint, and Glorilla was like, "Pick your phone up," because like we was able to see her rolling up while she was literally visibly at least 5 or 6 months pregnant. He looked like Chrisean. No, he do. Chrisean going to jail. Oh my God. We don't know what's going on. Everybody up in here, hit the like button. 10 more likes and then I'll keep going. We could keep continuing on with the show. Okay, we getting up there, but we could get up there a little more. Y'all just sitting up here watching me. Hey, Bush babes. What's up, Looky Loos? I like a click in the view, but hit my motherfucking like button. Okay. Don't play with me. Play with your who? Your mama. All right, it's going up. We need to go up a little more. I don't know why y'all be liking to play in my face like this. Why I got to cuss y'all out. I don't want to do this. Just hit the like button. Hello. Click the like button. All you gotta do is click the like button. Like, what is so hard? Just click it. Just hit boom. Okay, it's a little better. A few more, and then we can continue on with the show. All right, a couple more. Okay. All right, we can keep going. It ain't so bad. It went up a little bit. It can still go up more. So everybody up in here still continue to hit the like button because I don't know why we got to have these arguments. But anyway, oh, thank you, Kimmy. Oh, thank you. That was a nice donation. I appreciate you, baby. Ow. Yes, send me $10 for 10K. Period. Then we can really start, moving and shaking. And I could reinvest and release some products, give y'all some like nice on an island type of content. Do some meet and greets. Okay, so we're gonna head back on over to Instagram. Shouts out again to the Neighborhood Talk. Monique responds to her son Shalon's TikTok video. F that nigga. A terrible mother.
Apologize about doing something wrong, but I ain't no bitch that's gonna back up from a motherfucking problem. I'm gonna walk straight to that motherfucker and I'm gonna deal with that shit. So today I'm coming to the airport in North New Jersey. It's the realest thing that I've ever met from North New Jersey. I'm coming to that motherfucking airport and I can just seen this motherfucking TikTok of my goddamn son. Had I known that nigga was going to do a TikTok the day I brought him home, I'm gonna let y'all take that one. And when you see your child that you fuck for, I fuck for that nigga, not another bitch, it was me. And you see your motherfucking child go on the goddamn internet and tell people all the fuck that you're not.
Fuck that
And you just supposed to take that shit in stride. And I'm taking that shit in stride. And I'm walking through the motherfucking Newark airport, and this elderly woman comes up to me. She said, Monique. I said, ma'am. Because I'm a respectful bitch, baby. I'm a respect this bitch. She old. She said, let me talk to you for a minute. So I had prepared myself for this old woman to tell me how fucked up I was. I prepared myself to be respectful, but to check a bitch if I had to. I prepared myself to apologize if I've done something wrong, but I ain't no bitch that's gonna back up my motherfucking problem. I'm gonna walk straight to that motherfucker, and I'm gonna deal with that shit. So today I'm coming to the airport in Newark, New Jersey. It's the realest nigga.
Wait, hold up. They didn't play the part where she said F him. Hold up. Let me play it from TikTok. Hold up. Okay. So here, this is a fuller version of it. Let's play it again. We're gonna go to TikTok this time. Okay, shouts out to Shancia. I think that's how you pronounce it. Y'all know these names, you kicking my ass. I can't pronounce some of these names. Monique's response to son TikTok. She says not her in the background. Okay.
I've done something wrong, but I ain't no bitch that's gonna back up from a motherfucking problem. I'm gonna walk straight to that motherfucker, and I'm gonna deal with that shit. So today I'm coming through the airport in Newark, New Jersey. It's the realest niggas I've ever met from Newark, New Jersey. I'm coming through that motherfucking airport, and I can just seen this motherfucker TikTok of my goddamn son. Had I known that nigga was going to do a TikTok the day I brought him home, I'm gonna let y'all take that one. And when you see your child that you fuck for, I fuck for that nigga, not another bitch, it was me. And you see your motherfucking child go on the goddamn internet and tell people all the fuck that you're not.
Fuck that.
And you just supposed to take that shit in stride. And I'm taking that shit in stride. And I'm walking through the motherfucking Newark airport, and this elderly woman comes up to me. She said, Monique. I said, ma'am. Because I'm a respectful bitch, baby. I'm a respect this bitch. She old. She said, let me talk to you for a minute. So I had prepared myself for this old woman to tell me how fucked up I was. I prepared myself to be respectful, but to check a bitch if I had to. I prepared myself to listen. She said, listen. My grandbaby called me and told me to watch this goddamn TikTok of your son. And I watched that shit. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, I want to tell you something. I said, ma'am. She said, fuck that nigga. When the elderly people tell you, fuck that nigga, you ain't fuck that nigga. She said, you've been taking care of that nigga all his motherfucking life. She said, Monique, I'm 80 years old, and I got a son 60 years old. And every time that nigga don't get what he wants, he still trying to fuck up us when he was 10 years old. Fuck that nigga. Fuck them kids, bitch. Word. They grown now. And she said to me, she said, see, when I was a younger woman, I had to work too, goddamn. She said, and this is Black History Month, and I had to do a job that don't nobody talk about. When they was out there in that civil rights march fighting and shit, I had a job to do. She said, I was one of the hoes of the civil rights movement. I said, bitch, I'm not playing with you. She said, somebody had to keep them niggas trained.
Okay, so I think that I get it. She's a comedian. Comedians say lewd things. They say stuff to get a rise. I get it. I'm a comedian. I think I'm funny as hell. I don't give a damn if nobody say. I be cracking myself up. But Monique, you know you trifling is all outdoors because you're gonna sit your big ass on next to your daddy and say, "Hey, my sweet babies," and that's that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I told y'all she was just like Kirk Franklin when Kirk Franklin was telling his son, "I dragged you, nigga," and Kirk Franklin stomping at the churchyard. I told y'all these people be having these multiple personalities, and they got these different alter egos that only their children and only their loved ones that's close to them get to see. Y'all see how Monique acts on stage? You think she don't cuss her son like a dog in the street? You think she's never talked to him like that? Y'all, y'all crazy as all outdoors if y'all think he ain't never seen that side of her, and she has been nasty and dismissive and constantly invalidating his feelings. And that is what he talks about. If you know that your child is hurting, you see that he's grown. He never spoke out. Monique has been Monique since the late 90s. We didn't even know that she had a fourth child. That's how sad it is. Only when she decided to come out and speak out and say, "Oh, you know, I hope that things come in with my oldest son." And, you know, she would mention them. This Shalon is her son's name. Shalon never came out, not one time, and said anything ill about his mother or toward his mother until 2024 when she went on Club Shay Shay and tried to act like she was waiting for the universe and all this and all that. Comes to find out she hadn't spoken to her son in 3 years. 3 years? And if he didn't reach out, if he wasn't constantly going to her, then that's why the relationship just stopped. And at the end of the day, it works both ways. And a lot of parents don't get when your child is grown and an adult, y'all don't have to have a relationship because your child is no longer dependent on you to survive. And I saw this meme on Instagram, and they said, so when your kid no longer needs you to survive and you see how they treat you, that's how you know the job you did when you were a parent to them, when they needed you to survive. And a lot of children go through things with their parents, but you can't just say, "I'm sorry." Love is an action. Love is a verb. If you love somebody, you got to show them. You got to make them feel that. We could all say, "I'm sorry. Oh, get over it." Who gives a fuck? Hang it up, flat screen. That doesn't mean anything if you actually want to mend a relationship with somebody. When your kids are adults and you still want them in your life, you got to respect their boundaries. You got to recognize that the phone rings both ways. You can't just say, "Oh, well, I helped pay for you a car." Children, even when they're grown, their love language is always going to be quality time. It doesn't matter how many sneakers you bought your kid, if you flew them out to Dubai. They don't give a damn if they only got to see you once every couple of weeks or once or every couple of months. And then to hear you get up here on these public internet streets and talk about how you didn't want to be a mother, that's hurtful. And then your funky ass husband calling me your nephew. If my mother husband called me his niece, I don't think I would come around. That's very awkward. That is very, very awkward. Like, I'm your niece and everybody else is your what? Granted, I ain't your biological kid, but I'm reduced to being your niece and them. Just don't call me nothing. That's weird. And then my mother calling you daddy. I wouldn't even know how to look at my mother if I came to her house and she called her husband daddy and he's saying I'm his niece. That's weird. It's weirdo vibes. I'm sorry. Daddy. What? Ma'am, you got a lot of issues that you need to unpack because of how you was raised. That is strange. I'm not a mom. I ain't nobody's mother. Don't y'all get up in my comment section and cuss me and tell me shut the fuck up because I got no kids. But I understand. I was a kid once. If I have a child and I remarry or something happens and it don't work out with my baby daddy or in them and my husband and them, I'm not. If he try to call my child his nephew or his niece and we got other kids and he's called and those are like I wouldn't do that because that's ostracizing. That's secluding. You know, that's making a person feel like they're not a part of a family, and that's not okay, especially when you want to maintain relationships. Monique has talked about wanting to be in her granddaughter's life because Shalon has a 2-year-old daughter, and she's so beautiful. She actually looks like Monique, like a softer baby version of Monique. That's the crazy thing. If y'all ever checked out his Instagram and y'all seen his baby daughter looks like Monique, and that usually is what happens. Like, whoever you got beef with or whoever you kind of estranged to, either that or whoever you're closest to, your child comes out looking similar to. And when he sees his daughter, he sees his mother. And he said that. And he was like, I wish that my child could get to know her. And he was like, if she can't, I'm still going to tell her that her grandmother was great. I seen my mother make it from Baltimore to the moon. That's what he said. And he still gives her his accolades. He still says she's bad. And he's proud that he's from her lineage and cut from her cloth. However, it hurts him that she gets up here and she puts this man above him, calls this man daddy. And he said, ain't no woman calling no man daddy unless it's her pimp or her biological father. Because what are we doing here? Something that's pimps, giving pimps up, hoes down. And then Sydney coming out here talking about, oh, we gave you money. Sir, you work for your wife. If Monique don't book a job, Sydney, you ain't got no goddamn money. You talking about this man is too grown to be getting money, but y'all took a big check from Kevin Hart. Y'all both are older than Kevin Hart. Y'all got him by at least 12 years. Y'all took a check from Kevin Hart. My whole thing is, if I'm a millionaire and I treated my child like a piece of trash, the least I could do is just give them some money. Fuck it. I got it. Here, take it. I'm just going to give you some money. I'm going to bow gracefully. I'm not going to go back and forth calling you sweet babies, trying to expose you, putting out text messages, cussing you, saying fuck that nigga like a dog. I'm not going to do that. If I'm a multimillionaire and I treated my child like a piece of scum, the most I could do is just give you some money. Like, what is it going to hurt? It's not going to put a dent in my pocket. I'm going to have you a nest egg. We're going to have you a trust fund. That's the least I could do because I neglected you to get to the bag. So now that I got the bag, here, at least, you know, it may not solve everything, but it helps. Shit, I wish somebody gave me some money for nest egg. Neglect me. All right, I'll be Denise. If I could get $1 million, I don't give a damn. Be like, oh my, where your daddy at? If y'all cashing me out, I wouldn't even give a damn. I wouldn't get on the internet. I wouldn't be up here on TikTok crying. Like literally, he was crying on live on TikTok. Let me show y'all because he really still loves his mother. Like no matter how old you get, a mommy womb is the worst womb that you could ever have. That's who you come from. That's the first godlike figure you know once you enter into this world. Your skin is that of your mother. The way you navigate through relationships is what you see your mother go through. And a lot of us always say daddy issues. That no, you're more closer to your mother because egg is a seed and a sperm is a fertilizer. Argue with your mother over that. I'm not going back and forth. We have portals that usher spirits into this physical plane. Women do. A woman grows you in her body. A man could never. That's why, yeah, we're going to get into that another time, another day. But a man could never. Now, let me see if I could find the video where Shalon, he literally was crying on live. Like I think honestly, he's speaking out because he hasn't spoken to her in 3 years. And I think that he wants to have a relationship with her. And since she's such an internet, like she's very much like, for show, for clout, you know, like everything needs to be putting on a show because she's an actor. The world is a stage. She's a Hollywood, essentially. People like, oh, why he bringing this to the internet? She keep bringing it to the internet, and he probably would not have gotten a response from her or a proper response had he not gone to the internet. This is probably the most attention that she's paid him in 3 years. His mother has not spoken to him. They ain't speak to each other in 3 years. Like, really let that sink in. Now, if you gotta go to TikTok and say my mother wasn't there and she don't give a damn to get her attention, then sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You got to get up on a reality TV show and my mother, oh my God. If that's all that she knows, that's the only thing she responds to. Sometimes that's what you resort to. It's like a child that's neglected and they feel like they don't get enough attention. They act out they're bad in school. The teacher's constantly calling because that's the only way that they can get your undivided attention. Like seriously, really think about that. Shouts out to 200 of y'all up in the chat. Y'all better be paying an entry fee, which is hitting the like button. We have reached a milestone, 10K. We are celebrating every milestone because we are reveling in this journey. I'm soaking up this moment because we're going to be at 100K soon. And then we're going to be like, remember when she made that? So, yes, cash at me $10 for 10K. Okay. All right. So let's look at this. He got up on TikTok live and he cried. He keeps saying he ain't gonna come out and say nothing else, but y'all know this man, he gonna come back and make another response. Shouts out to Mac_China.
Monique's son goes live and clears the air.
And I can remember the first time that I saw my mother in Sinai. My little girl had a dance recital. And everybody was sitting down. And Sinai, she wouldn't sit down. And she looked out. Excuse me. She looked out into the audience, and so afraid, but she was so intrigued by what she saw.
Y'all, he's literally crying. He wants to have a relationship with his mother. I don't believe that he doesn't care. He wants to have a relationship with his mom.
And Miss Cheryl, shout out to the dance company. She was trying to get Sanaa to sit down because she was talking. Sanaa just wouldn't sit down. Sanaa just wouldn't sit down. And she had, she was putting her hands up and she was just twirling around and kind of all out in front of everybody else. And all I could see was my mom. I couldn't see anything else. All I could see was my mother. That moment didn't make me feel bad. It was a bittersweet moment.
You saying you don't see tears? There's tears here. If you have TikTok, go to TikTok and watch this. So it's Mac_China. You can see it. Like if you watch on your phone, like hold up, he literally had tears running down his eyes.
I apologize up front if what I'm going to say makes me sound selfish. For a mother to state that you weren't interested, I just want you to give the same effort that you gave to being Monique into wanting to be my mom. That's all. That's why it was bittersweet, because I could see you. Man, I done seen my mother do some incredible things. I really have. The Beyonce dance, I can remember going to them rehearsals. And I think that's why I saw her, because of the Beyonce thing. When she did I can't remember what song they danced to. I just want my mother to want it, if that makes sense. But I have to be okay if that's not the case.
See, I told
right?
y'all he wanted.
So
I told y'all that he just want a relationship with his mother. You don't ever get over your mother. You just don't. Your mother will legit be your first love, like, and your mother and your father. Like, you don't ever really get over that.
As Sanaa's father, I mean, yeah, I got to make sure that my baby girl knows where she comes from. I think the one thing that's lost in a lot of this is I genuinely miss my mom. There's and I hate to say it like this, but there's a version of my mom. There's this way that she can be with me that I really do enjoy. But then there's this way that she can be with me that, as Ron Burgundy said, it cuts to the core of me, Baxter. But reconciliation, I won't say no, is the way that I will approach that. I won't say no. God, Mother Nature, and the universe, those three things, number one being God, but Mother Nature is a thing, the universe is still a thing. But God, I'll stick with God because that's the main person I go to. God works in such a mysterious way. Do I think that my mother and I could sit back and bust out laughing that this moment in time happened as she holds my daughter? Man, sure, right? But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is.
Honestly, I feel like he wants a relationship with his mom outside of her daddy, and her daddy won't allow it. It's really giving a pimp hope, like pimp, that it's really giving like handler / pimp / husband. She can't even get on a phone call with anybody without this man being involved. You know, like even when they initially came out and made their videos responding to her son, why was her daddy the only one talking? Like, what is going on? That would infuriate me if I was unable to have a relationship with my mom outside of her husband. You know what I mean? Or like her man, her daddy, her handler. Like, I can't even talk to you privately. Like, I honestly feel like Monique's relationship, I think Storm was saying this too, like he probably answers Cindy probably answers her phone. He probably is checking her messages, her emails. Like, so if anyone's trying to get to her, I go to him. And I don't think that that's okay when you have children. You know, like I don't know. Like, but when you have children, there should be no buffer. There should be no middleman when you have kids, no matter how old they are. You're going to always be their mom, and that's going to always be your child forever. Like, I don't care that he's in his early 30s, 30. It does not matter. That's still her child. You heard what she said? I want to have him. That is still her child, period. I'm sure Beyonce is not going to let nobody be a buffer or a middleman between her and Blue Ivy or her and the twins. You know, it's just like, it's just so sad. However, I mean, they do say that Jay-Z got some other kids outside of Beyonce that he had that they don't really allow him to have relationships with, but that's neither here nor there. Speaking of Beyonce, let's get into this. So this writer that also came out in defense of Cassie with all of the allegations, and you know, when Cassie had that big lawsuit with Diddy not too long ago, she came out and basically told the story and was like, yeah, like I was working with Cassie on music, and Diddy was very like scary, like he would come and intimidate her. She would have to run, blah, blah, blah. So this is an industry insider. She's a writer. She knows a thing or two. So we're gonna watch a little clip of what she had to say about Beyonce and Jay-Z. And she said this after Jay-Z got on the Grammys and basically said, why hasn't Beyonce won album of the year, you know, in comparison to Taylor Swift? Like, she deserves it, which I feel like she do. I do. But sometimes everything in the water ain't clean when it comes to your faves. It just is what it is. Especially, I'm telling you, I tell y'all all the time, to amass a certain amount of wealth, to become a gatekeeper, you have to play by the rules. The rules aren't always so savory. You do not always give everybody their just due. You don't always give everybody their credit. Billionaires, multimillionaires, they steal, they lie, they cheat, they pillage. Some of them rape. It's a lot going on. There is nothing they won't do to get that top spot, to get that money, to get to that bag. The morale and the conscience is not the same as a person that has amassed a certain amount of wealth, because you can't, it's no way you can keep your hands completely to get to that status, especially with all of the influence that Beyonce and Jay-Z has. There's no way you ain't playing by the rules to some degree in order to have that spot. Now, I'm not a part of the Beehive. I ain't a barber. I ain't none of that. But I do love Beyonce. I used to stand for her way harder back in the days. I do love Nicki. Like, I love who I love. I love their music. I respect the craft. I respect the artistry. But a lot of your faves, they be outside. They be doing trifling, grimy stuff. Okay, wait, hold up. All right, so okay. So shouts out to Live Bites. Let's just play this clip.
Beyonce. So I'm not up on the internet just talking and like, you know, making things up. I'm not stupid. I ain't trying to get sued. That's called defamation. I am not defaming anybody. I am coming to y'all with things that I can back up. The reason why I called out Beyonce is because Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of our generation. And so if there's anybody that could reshape the precedent, if there's anybody that could influence the industry, that had the power and the money and the cultural like thing to say, you know what, y'all, you're right. These songwriters have been out here. We've been in the street. Literally, I have been in the street. I could pull up my records. I talked to almost all of.
Okay. So wait, let's see if we can find some more of what she was saying on this topic. Cause wait, this is just a short though. Oh, that's just what we just played. I know other content creators touch on this, but I don't want to play anybody's stuff and get a copyright. Let me see who else. Okay. Oh, all right. AT2 did some. I'm gonna play some of this, but AT2, don't you strike, don't you flag my channel. I'm not gonna play your face and all of that. We just gonna play the audio. Let this commercial go by. Hold up, let me see. Okay. All right, so let's do it like this. Everybody up in here, hit the like button, pay the entry fee to my house. Shouts out to 10K. Yes, we cash app and Love Jones $10 for reaching the 10K milestone. All right. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, so this is shouts out to AT2's channel. I'm gonna just do it like this. AT2, don't strike my freaking channel.
People are still under NDAs and some. While Jay-Z's up there on Sunday talking about why it's not fair Beyonce don't got a Grammy for Album of the Year. So hell yeah, I had something to say.
Beyonce, more so Jay-Z, talk about artists getting their just due, getting their publishing and royalties, and getting paid out. Tiffany Red is a songwriter. However, you guys may more recently remember her from speaking out against
Beyonce is because Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of our generation. And so if there's anybody that could reshape the precedent, if there's anybody that could influence the industry, that had the power and the money and the cultural like thing to say, you know what, y'all, you're right. These songwriters have been out here. We've been in the street. Literally, I have been in the street in front of Spotify. I've been in front of Universal. I have sat and I have talked to all y'all publishers. I talked to y'all publishers. I talked to the DSPs. I talked to the copyright royalty, the U.S. Copyright Office. I talked to NMPA. I talked to RIAA. I talked to SONA. I talked to NSAI. I talked to all of them. And guess what? Y'all are still broke. Okay? That's the fuck, right? Okay? So the people that are like, oh, this is not true. I had somebody call it propaganda yesterday. It's not propaganda. The reality is there is no A-list artist, B-list artist, or C-list artist that's not taking publishing, because that is the way the music industry works. And to deny that is delusional. And what I will not allow is for anybody to make me feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone, because I know I'm not in the Twilight Zone. I can pull up my records. I talked to somebody yesterday. Somebody's a manager of somebody who is a writer and producer on Renaissance. Okay. The record is one of y'all faves. The song was written 6 years before it got to Beyonce.
That's how old
She got 25% of the song.
How you get 25% of a song that you fully wrote and probably helped to produce, but once you give it to Beyonce, but this is the thing, people sell their publishing. They sell their royalty, they sell their rights, they sell it. They sell their masters. They sell it because they want a quick payday. Or sometimes Beyonce may say, if you want to work with me, this is what you got to do. If you're not willing to sell me your publishing, I'm not working with you. I knew somebody whose manager wanted some of their publishing. And that's how he would recoup the money that he was putting into the artist. Y'all better watch out. That's why
I've talked to another writer who wrote and sang on one of your favorite songs. Credit not right, all kind of shit fucked up. His business still isn't handled. Beyonce was on tour last year with that record, with that person's vocals, all that.
Yep. So I knew this girl that it's so funny because we went to middle school together, but then she like became like this big writer or whatever. And she wrote feedback for Janet Jackson. She had a production deal with Rodney Jerkins. Y'all know that song, Feedback, 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 Feedback. We was young as all outdoors. So she didn't know any better. They took all the publishing, gave her a few $1,000. I don't even know how much. She got no writer's credit, nothing. She wrote the entire song. Do you know that if you look at that, you will not see her name anywhere? You will see Dark Child, Rodney Jerkins. That's what they do. A lot of producers, they hire writers, young, hungry kids that's just hungry and thirsty and want to get to the bag and put them in some janky contracts and rob them, legally rob them. And it's not the ooze or the others, it's us doing it to us.
I'm not crazy. And here's the thing. The reason why people who work for Beyonce don't talk is because they're all on NDAs. Because that's also how she works. She silences people so that nobody can speak. I'm not a writer that's written for Beyonce. I haven't shot my shot at Beyonce because I'm not willing to give her any publishing. Not because I haven't had the opportunity. I've had the opportunity to work with everybody. And I've turned down a lot of stuff because I'm not willing to play these games.
And also, I remember years ago when Lady Gaga was coming out, because I used to just watch everybody's interviews and Google and research and just be engulfed. And I can't remember exactly his name, but it was a producer that she worked with earlier on that helped her with her demos. And some of those songs, you know, was her breakout music. And he said that he wrote Bootylicious. And Matthew Knowles took Bootylicious and gave him some money, bought the publishing and everything, and didn't give him any writer's credit or anything. But the guy was like a older, clear man. He was like, hey, like I'm looking at the credits and everything. I don't see my name up here. It's just saying that Beyonce wrote this. Beyonce didn't write this. And he said that Matthew Knowles told him, this is all alleged. Matthew Knowles told him, do you think somebody would believe that an overweight white guy sitting in his basement wrote Bootylicious, or you think they would believe that Beyonce wrote it? That's what the guy said. This is all alleged.
There's a massive power dynamic happening. Please don't act like it's easy to negotiate with Beyonce and her team, because it is not. If that was the case, there would not be so many people coming to me like, Tiff, this is how much was taken. Shit is not negotiable. It's not. These are the terms, which means, okay, cool, then we work for you, Beyonce. So that means you're an employer. But either way, to imply that the artists do not have to be responsible for the business practices that they exercise with songwriters, to insinuate that the only way you are treated fairly is if you are managed by one of the gatekeepers is bullshit. It's bullshit. You shouldn't have to be in company with a gatekeeper to be treated fairly. You should not have to have a gatekeeper on your team to make a livable wage off of music that is making people billionaires.
Yep.
Them Grammys don't pay the bills. Those plaques do not pay the bills. There are people with Grammys and plaques who can't pay their rent. I know people who are super accredited, broke. It means nothing. Trust me, I know. I remember having a conversation with a writer who wrote on, what was the record Beyonce did after or before Renaissance? I can't remember whatever the record was. I remember talking to one of the writers and talking to them about how much of the publishing she was taking. And this writer was like, look, Tiff, I don't want no smoke with me. Like, I just let her take the publishing. That's bullshit. All of these writers that you guys see celebrating in the studio with these artists posted up in pictures like, yeah, everything is all good. Those writers are being exploited. Those writers' time is not paid for. Their services are not paid for. Their contribution to the sound recording is not paid for. Their first use of the copyright is not paid for. Their fucking parking is not paid for. Their fucking lunch is not paid for. That's the truth. The truth is that we work in an industry that proclaims it makes billions of dollars, but can't even buy you fucking lunch.
They can, but they won't.
But I'm tripping. But I'm tripping. No, they're tripping. And you're tripping if you with them. There's people that are like, then nobody had no gun in your head. The gun to your head is the power dynamic. Think critically, y'all. The gun to your head is the power dynamic. The gun to your head is your livelihood. The gun to your head is being excluded and ostracized and retaliated against for even trying. That's the gun to your head. They don't need to put a gun to your head anymore because they control everything. That's the gun.
And who's going to tell Beyonce no?
You being silenced, that's the gun. And you know, the thing that burns me up the most about Beyonce, and this is why I'm speaking about her specifically, is because Beyonce is Queen Bee. Beyonce is a Black artist. Beyonce represents Black excellence. Beyonce's team, like the people who work with her, these writers that I'm talking about that are exploited, they're us.
That's what I just said.
You know what? It's so funny because when I think about my own career and all the people that have fucked me over, it's been my own people. Because those are the opportunities I had to work with my people. And this business is a racist business. So if you're Black, you're usually put in R&B and hip hop with artists that are Black, creatives that are Black, executives that are Black. And you know what your people do to you? The same thing that white people do to you. And we pedestal them like goals. That is not fucking goals. Capitalism is not goals. That shit is not cute. Capitalism is rooted in chattel slavery. That's the foundation of capitalism. To be a billionaire, you have to exploit labor. That is not the shit.
Yep.
It's fucking disgusting, is what it is. My comments about Beyonce not winning Album of the Year and me saying, you know what, maybe karmically it's not coming to you because of the way that you're doing creatives. I meant that with everything in me. I hear the racial discussion and all the things, and I think that that has its place. But this has its place too. It does. And they all can exist. Beyonce could absolutely reform her business practices. Beyonce could absolutely reform Parkwood's business practices. It's a decision. It's a fucking choice. It's a choice to take 25% of publishing that you didn't earn. That's wage theft. That's what that is. That's bullying. That's abuse of power. That is the power dynamic. That's the gun. People out here think they're going to lose their opportunities, lose their jobs, lose their relationships, lose everything trying to negotiate. And y'all fucking know that shit. And to act like that's not the case is so, like, for me, like, that's the shit that gets me riled up. Like, people are always like, oh my God, why are you not scared? Because I'm fucking mad. What you're not going to do is try to make me feel crazy, because I know I'm not crazy. I'm a songwriter. I have lived this. My friends around me live this still. I hate it for them. There are artists that are A-list artists that can lead the charge here too.
Oh, well.
I'm not saying wait on Beyonce. I'm not. But I am going to say what I need to say about it, because for the last almost 4 years now, I have had so many writers come to me about her specifically. And I also want y'all to know that, like, I'm not the kind of person that comes to the internet first. I come to the internet last. I come to the internet at the end when I tried everything else I could try. So trust and believe on the back end, I've been doing a lot when it comes to this conversation and who I'm having conversations with and how and all the things. So I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. And nothing has gotten done. People splits still aren't done. People still aren't getting paid. People still aren't being seen. People still aren't being heard. People are still being silenced. People are still under NDAs and some more shit. While Jay-Z's up there on Sunday talking about why it's not fair Beyonce don't got a Grammy for Album of the Year. So hell yeah, I had something to say. Because it's hypocrisy. Also, not for nothing, Taylor Swift is a songwriter. She writes her albums.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what y'all think? Y'all think Beyonce out here stealing music and publishing and intellectual property from other artists? Put a 1 for yes, Beyonce is a thief. A 2 for no. 2 no. What y'all think? Shouts out to 232 of y'all up in here. Y'all better be hitting the like button and make sure you support the channel. Shouts out to my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So y'all saying yeah. All right, so let me show y'all this old video of Beyonce in the early 2000s admitting to stealing from other artists and admitting to stealing from other creators. Now, this in particular, what she's talking about is probably like dance moves, but she's been accused of that over the years too. So let's see. Okay. Shouts out to Stephen Wickham. Beyonce admits to stealing and laughs about it.
Nobody gonna want us to go to their shows, Frank.
Why?
Because we gonna take everything.
Yeah, but everybody does that, though.
No, everybody does.
You know? But it is gonna be fresh.
But we go and meet everybody and say, hey, great show. And then still it.
Y'all saw that? Let's watch it one more again.
Nobody gonna want us to go to their shows, Frank.
So Frank was like the dance creative director. Like he would like choreograph her dancers and like help her choose her dancers and help her with her music numbers. Frank Gaskin. I met him a couple times years ago. So basically she's saying nobody wants us to come to their show because we're gonna meet them and say, hey, and then steal it. I'm telling y'all, there ain't nobody gonna believe me but me. This person that you see, I was an it girl walking around New York City being photographed day in and day out. I knew her stylist at the time. I knew Nicki Minaj. I knew everybody. Me, this person that you're seeing looking at you right now, has been on people's vision boards, pictures of me. Yeah, I don't care. If I'm lying, I'm flying. You don't have to believe me. It doesn't matter. I know this. Factual. Allegedly. I've also been in studios with writers that was writing music for Jennifer Hudson and Chris Brown. And they asked me what I think should go there. And I gave input. Me, Love Jones. I was young and dumb as all outdoors. I didn't understand that I was being used. I was just happy to be there. I had no idea that any of that meant anything. This is why Lauryn Hill got sued real bad for her one and only album that she put out, because she had everybody in her music sessions helping her write those songs and did not give anybody any credit, and she got sued.
Nobody gonna want us to go to their shows, Frank.
Why?
Because we gonna take everything.
Yeah, but everybody does that, though.
No, everybody does.
Yeah, you know? But it is gonna be fresh.
But we go and meet everybody and say, hey, great show. And then still it.
See? So y'all heard that out her own mouth that they be stealing. Beyonce said, I'm a thief. Like a thief in the night. Even though that's Rihanna. But still, it applies. It applies. Hey, make it make sense. I know Frank, I can't believe he was stealing routines. They all, that's what they did. They stole routines. They would hang out with people like me, young, you know, hip, like fresh people, watch what we wear, ask you where you got everything from, touch. Where did you get this? Did you make that? What type of fabric is this? What is this? What is that? And when you're just so happy to be in the rooms, you don't even realize. I would be elated if Beyonce came to one of my shows. I wouldn't be thinking like, oh, she about to steal. I wouldn't think that. Even that glass horse. I don't know that she's seen it or whatever, but I did content in front of a horse like that during rodeo week in Texas, maybe 1 or 2 years ago. And then I seen it at her concert and I was like, oh my God, that reminds me of when I did that content in front of that horse. That doesn't mean, I'm not saying that Beyonce stole that horse I did from me, y'all. I'm just saying. We don't even think that because we don't think that we're constantly being watched, but we are. Right now, I can guarantee you a who's who is up in here watching us right now, watching me live right now. I can guarantee you, even though it's 231 people, we gonna get to a point where it's 2,331 people. We getting there. Shouts out to the 10K. But I can guarantee you, they watch. We think that they don't because you think lowly of yourself. This is why there's been so many cases of rappers stealing from SoundCloud artists. Cardi B was accused of stealing a record from a SoundCloud artist. Lotto was accused of stealing a record from a SoundCloud artist. A bunch of people they accused of stealing records because lots of times their writers will go and steal it and they don't even recognize that the artists don't know. They just know that you're bringing up a song that they think is dope and they're like, yo, this is hot, like I'm gonna jump on this. They don't even know that you stole it from a SoundCloud artist. Like they really don't know. They have no idea because they're not in the street. They can't go outside. So who goes outside and gets inspiration for their vision boards? Who's listening to new fresh songs? It's their team. It's their people. It's their creative team. That's how that goes. You're on your way. I see big things for you. Ow. Hit her with the shoulders. Hit her with the shoulders. I believe it. Yeah. It's insane, all of the videos of her stealing from other people on YouTube. I'm telling y'all. Hey, Diddy stole from Mace Music. Diddy done stole from everybody. I told y'all you hung out with Dawn a few times back in the day, and Dawn didn't have no money. She didn't have nothing. And this is when she was doing Diddy Dirty Money. Like I met her initially when she was coming off of the tail end of making a band, and she was still with Q before he cheated on her with a man allegedly. And then linked again. I was like a body double for one of her music videos. And you know, we just run into each other. We'd be out or we'd be at like house parties and stuff like that. And she would always be like, I'm broke. Like, she wouldn't say like I'm broke, but she would just be like, I just wish I had enough money for a down payment for a house for my family. And in my mind, I'm like, bitch, you done been on reality TV for how many seasons? You went on tour with Diddy and you ain't got $10,000, $20,000 to put down to get a house in the South, the dirty South, the cheap as hell. You can get you a house in the South. It's in the 2010, 2030. You could get you a house. It's not giving. You don't need $1 million. It's not giving what it was giving today. That back then, she could have got her family into my house in the South for $200,000. And the fact that she didn't even have money and she's on world tours on television, I just couldn't understand it. I was just like, what is going on? Like, and you immediately would think like artists are just mismanaging their money, like they don't really know what to do. Like, it is crazy, but they getting robbed blind. They sign these contracts because they're young, and this is why they always saying we want them young, we like them young. It doesn't only have to do with like ability or, you know, likability or marketability. Like, no, it's because you're young and dumb and you're hungry. And this is another reason why a lot of artists are destitute, broke, busted, and motherfucking disgusted, living in a car, couch surfing, looking dirty, 2 steps away from being famished and like the African kids on the commercials. And it's because they pick you up and they know that you ain't got nothing. So they're going to save you. They're going to become your daddy, like Monique and her husband and them. And they're going to pimp you out for everything you worth. And you don't want to go back to being destitute, sleeping on under the bridge in Hollywood. So you're going to lay down and get down. You're going to sign a blood oath. You're going to sacrifice a lamb, kids, and all. They do all types of stuff to get ahead. And they want to stay there. Especially if you left your hometown to go to Hollywood. You don't want to go back. You might be on your knees and doing all types of stuff. And you're a man doing this types of stuff. I'm not even talking about just women. Men be selling their butthole to get ahead because they don't want to go back home with their tail tucked in between their legs. Bars. That's how it go. You're going to get down or you're going to lay down. Dawn wasn't too broke before all the plastic surgery. She didn't have plastic surgery like that. I feel like she did a little something to her nose, maybe, but she didn't have any plastic surgery. She looked like Dawn from Danity Kane. And like, you know, the way they do the stylist child, I would feel bad because one of my best friends, he's like a huge, huge stylist now. But back then, like we would be going to Saks together, Nordstrom's, putting tape on the bottom of shoes and sneakers so we could return it and it's not dirty. Like I used to help to like style people. I done did some everything. Damn, I lived a lot of different lives. But now we're doing a Love Jones show and we're going to take this all the way where it needs to go. I'm here for a reason. I'm not strung out somewhere on Hollywood Boulevard. Amen. Thank God. You know, I'm not, my grandma used to say down at the barrio. That's what she used to call the village. Hit me down at the barrio. Yeah, I'm here, you know, be in the building. So everything happens the way it's supposed to. I'm just grateful that I didn't sign no crazy contracts. You know, I didn't have to get used and abused and felt like my back was up against the wall and I had to do some crazy, strange things. Like I escaped a lot by like not, you know, being where I thought I wanted to be at the time that I felt like I should have been there, should I say? If that makes sense. I'm alive. Hey, love. Hey, thank you, Shay. Did he be stealing them left and right? Center. Karma did his work. You made it, love. That part. So they do say that Jay-Z and Beyonce is next on the docket to be exposed. Do y'all feel like this is the beginning of the exposure? I don't know, because Beyonce has been outside way more than lately. I'm like, when did Beyonce be outside signing autographs and talking to people, common folk? She don't come down from her throne too often, so I don't know what's going on. What? An ass of bartering? Anyways, I'm about to go. I love y'all down to the ground. Shouts out to those of you who have donated. Make sure you send in that $10 for that 10K. We made it. So long. Farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now until we meet again. Show up as her, be her. Show up as him, be him. Don't let nobody play in your face. Life is a stage and you are at the center of it. Life is a movie and you are starring in it, directing in it, producing it, casting it. You're doing a wardrobe and everything. So make sure it's good. All right. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe, share because I know you care. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. I love y'all, love bugs. I'll see you guys mañana.
Yo, no. You just